Last year, Saturn's rings almost vanished from view. In 2026, they are opening again. On October 4th, Saturn reaches opposition, giving us one of the year's best opportunities to see it. But opposition is not what controls how open the rings look. The better question is why the same rings can look like a line one year, then return as an ellipse the next. Two different alignments are involved, and they are easy to confuse. At opposition, the Sun, Earth, and Saturn are nearly lined up, with Earth in the middle. Saturn rises around sunset, remains visible through the night, and sets around sunrise. It is also near its closest distance to Earth for the year, so it appears relatively bright and large through a telescope. But Saturn is still more than 1 billion kilometers away. Opposition is a viewing alignment, not a close encounter. The changing ring view comes from Saturn's seasons. Its rotation axis is tilted by about 26.7 degrees, and the rings follow the planet's equator. Saturn takes about 29.4 Earth years to orbit the Sun. As it travels, our view slowly changes from the north face of the rings to edge-on to the south face and back again. Earth crossed Saturn's ring plane in March 2025. That was the true nearly vanished moment. By October 2026, we are viewing the rings from roughly 7.5 degrees below their plane. They are clearly open again, though still far from their maximum tilt. This transformation takes years, not one night. Saturn's bright main rings span about 274,000 kilometers from side to side, yet much of the system is only about 10 meters thick. Scale the rings down until they stretch across a 10-kilometer city, and they would be only a few sheets of paper thick. Face on, their icy particles reflect a huge area of sunlight. Turn that sheet edge on, and the visible area collapses into a narrow line. The rings never disappeared. Our viewing angle changed. There is another subtle distinction. The rings can be edge-on to Earth when they nearly vanish in our telescopes. They can also be edge-on to the Sun at Saturn's equinox, when sunlight skims across the ring plane. In 2025, Earth's crossing came first, and Saturn's equinox followed in May. The events belong to the same season, but they are not identical. Low-angle sunlight can cast long shadows, revealing vertical structures that are difficult to see when the rings are illuminated from above. To unaided eyes, Saturn is a steady, pale yellow point. In a small telescope during the 2026 opposition, the rings should appear as a distinctly open ellipse, not the single line seen in 2025. Let Saturn climb above the horizon. Start with low magnification, focus carefully, and increase the power only if the atmosphere remains steady. A backyard telescope will not produce a spacecraft photograph, but on a clear night around October 4th, you may see the returning ring shape for yourself, with Titan nearby as a tiny point of light. So remember, opposition makes Saturn an excellent all-night target. Saturn's axial tilt and our viewing date control how open the rings appear. Last year, they nearly vanished. In 2026, they are coming back. One planet, two alignments, and a reminder that when the solar system appears to change, sometimes the thing that moved was us.